Welcome back, everyone, to A Knight's Tale. This is Knight from Ninja Knights Live. If you've been following the series, you know these aren't just childhood stories. These are moments that never left me, fragments of the past that feel more like warnings than memories. Tonight, we continue about the house across the street. That house was the largest property in the neighborhood, surrounded by 8-foot stone walls, crowned with jagged, foreboding iron gates. At first, it seemed like they were meant to keep people out. But as I grew older, I couldn't shake the feeling that maybe those gates were built to keep something in. Now, those gates were thick, heavy, and sharp with spear-like finials. You know, the tips of iron gates that look like spears. They loom like sentinels, as though they weren't guarding a home, but sealing off a secret. And beyond them, in the distance, stood this old stone watchtower. Scorched, broken, it looked very ancient. It looked like it had endured a fire or maybe a battle that no one alive remembered. The tower just sat in the middle of the endless Kogan grass. It was so dense and tall, it could swallow a grown man whole. As a child, I'd stare at those fields, knowing if I ever stepped inside, I might never find my way out. But the tower, it never looked abandoned. It looked watchful, almost alive, as if whatever the gates were built to contain, the tower was there to monitor. Now, when my parents were house hunting, they were shown this estate. My mother instantly fell in love with it, but fate intervened. It had already been rented out. So they just settled for the house across the street, the one directly in its shadows. Not long after, there was this Hawaiian or Polynesian family moved into the estate. Now, my parents never really knew them, but they did notice some strange patterns. For example, during the day, life seemed ordinary, but at night, the house went completely dark. No lights, no movement, only silence. Sometimes faint noises would slip across the street. Arguments, cries, or what sounded like voices carried to the walls. Now, my parents could never make out the words. It was as if the house itself was speaking in tones it didn't want anyone to understand. Now, since the Hawaiian family moved in, weeks have passed. The family was seen less and less. They only seemed to be around during the day. But at night, they were never home. Never there. And then they were gone. No goodbye, no explanation, just gone. Once again, the house stood silent, its gates shut tight. The old watchtower looming in the distance, staring, waiting. And I can't help but wonder, maybe the family did leave. Maybe that Hawaiian family, they were taken.